Here on lichess and Twitch. I'm International Master William Pascal here with my Panda friend. He's real, believe it or not. Yes, I do play with stuffed animals. What, do you have a problem with it? Alright. We've got to do creative things to keep ourselves from going crazy in lockdown. I have a stuffed panda as my guest, so take it up with someone else. Welcome, Troll on a Roll. I want to thank everybody for a tremendous bit war yesterday. We had some support from the viewers. Appreciated. Asterbait led the way, but he's I think he's usually out and about on Fridays. 5 gift subs for Asterbait. We had gift donations. Actually, Mr. Slowhand was number 1. My apologies. Mr. Slowhand with 4,000 came over the top. Asterbait, Baronson. All you guys, thank you for supporting the stream. It's Friday. We're going to be taking challenges, open challenges from everybody. I do ask that if people challenge me, it's casual, and you have 100 rated games, so I have some indication that you didn't just create your account today to troll us here. Troll on a Roll. How is Palau? Is that it? Is that how you say it? When did you move there? You were in Nepal before. It's quite a ways from Nepal to Palau, but they both have 5 letters. Chef Masta. Alright. The Masta makes me think of Massachusetts. That's how people talk. Alright, Troll. We're going to accept your challenge at Chess 960, although I hate it. Hating the Chess 960. WJ Loof. It's not as unpleasant as my simul on Sundays, but it's still unpleasant. It's like taking medicine you don't want to take. Playing Chess 960. You don't wear too much. Thank you very much. Oh, that's thank you very much. I thought it was you don't wear too much. It was hard to guess. I was close, though. WG Lift, good morning. Have you started the revolution against prohibition of alcohol in Pennsylvania? I'll sign. My parents and grandparents are from Pennsylvania. I don't know if that makes me eligible to sign the petition, but alright, the Troll on a Roll, 1524. Anyway, maybe I'll move to Pennsylvania. Property taxes aren't too much. For now, we're staying in Hungary, where it's safe, sort of. Troll on a Roll, 1524. Let's get it started. 5 plus 3. I dislike Bon Jovi too, and I'm from New Jersey. I always dislike Bon Jovi. Man, high five for that. That's awesome, dude. Bon Jovi's a little bit after my time. That'd be a few years. I mean, I'm a few years too old to be a true Bon Jovi fan. That's a good thing, though. Alright, this fianchettoed bishop. You see, my instinct is to be hyper modern, and it's bad. I've got to force myself to play like classically against this Chess 960, or in the realm of Chess 960. Hypermodernism seems more difficult to apply. I'm not actually from Pennsylvania. I was born right on the border, across the river. The garden spot of the United States, Camden, New Jersey. It's in my birth certificate. Alright, knight d3. Literally, 5 minutes away from Pennsylvania. Or less, if you're standing on the train tracks. Alright, let's go. Knight d3. Isn't everything on the border in New England? Well, it's not New England. New England doesn't start till you get to like Connecticut. New England is further north. Pennsylvania and New Jersey is considered kind of like mid-Atlantic. All right. Symmetrical. I like this. This is cool. It's kind of like d4, d5, bishop f4, bishop f5. Symmetrical. From the 1800s. It's chess 960 from the 1800s. If they had chess 960 in the 1800s, that's how they would have played. But I live in Hungary, strangely enough, since 2004, more or less, off and on. It's a long way from Pennsylvania, New Jersey, but I like it. Now, I guess I can castle. Castling's always good. Osmir's welcome. Patterson, New Jersey. I don't know much about upstate. I was South Jersey. South Jerseyan. New Jersey's kind of like California. A lot smaller, but the state is very much separated into sort of north and south. In terms of culture. G3. I was going to play c6 anyway, so let's do this. It's twinned with with Camden. I took summer classes at Rutgers Camden. All right. G3, C6, knight B3. Let's get the pieces developed. How about this knight? Okay, I think it's just playing troll, because if I play other people who play chess 960, they're probably going to be a lot more tactical. He's basically very positional. So the second game in a row, we get this like ultra closed position where I feel like I'm going to fall asleep. If Blobix was playing, for example, I mean, I've seen some insanely irrational chess 960. If you watch the top players like Vachier, Legrave, and Nakamura, and aggressive top players, they play a completely alien style to this. Much more wild and seemingly random. Troll and I playing very controlled, quiet, positional chess here. Blobix, good to see you. He subscribed. Yesterday we had a really great stream. Lots of support from the viewers. I appreciate it. What am I going to do? We've got to get developed. It is basically like one of those symmetrical London systems from the 1800s. That was a popular opening in the late 1800s, like d4, d5, knight c3, knight c6, bishop f4, bishop f5. Carl Schlechter versus NN, 1887. Actually, when was Schlechter? When did Schlechter start playing? Maybe closer to the turn of the century. I'm not sure. All right. Rookie 1. I'm so sorry for those great chess players who had like short lives and never got to live out their careers. There's so many players like that. Charosek, Schlechter. Others I can't really think of right now. Stein. Did you miss most of the stream yesterday? The graveyard shift? What's this? You must leave. I don't have a problem with f6. I'm not Ben Feingold. I kind of like f6, to be honest. Does that make me a bad person? I have a weakness for f6. This is just getting too weird. It's like we're trolling each other. This might be a mistake. It probably is. I'm putting my knight in front of my pawn. Not a good idea. I missed something. I'm going to regret this. I'm going to have to lose a move to move that back again. I should have taken more time. I'm going to just show you guys what I'm talking about. This knight should not get in the way of the e-pawn. Rattlesnake's study. Oh, caught, tagged, and released. Eastern Diamondbacks. Are they poisonous? Of late, I was living in the United States in Massachusetts. Massachusetts doesn't have a lot of snakes. I think there might be some. Not as many as Pennsylvania, for sure. Hungary is flat out of poisonous snakes. We just don't have poisonous snakes here. Yeah, we have snakes. And this is looking kind of dubious. All right. Can we just exchange a pawn or something? Seriously, troll, are you trolling us with this style of play? I feel like I contribute to it somehow. This is the maneuver I was trying to get in. You know, had he not given me time to play knight c4, right now I'd be facing knight d2 and nowhere to go. You know, this would be much more effective if I didn't have a knight to take it, is what I'm trying to say. Still stupidly placed. Okay, it's keeping pressure on this. See the knight on d4? That was my plan all along. You just gave me a pawn? Wow. Thank you. That was weird. Uncharacteristically generous material gift. Another pawn on the dark squares. It's a lot of pawns on dark squares, but we'll have to live with it. The car. You like that? The car is classic. Classic car. Won't have any more stinking bad bishop if you trade it off. It's a big car. This is like a Lincoln town car. Most people have no idea what I'm talking about, but this was a concept I brought up, jokingly referring to pawn structures as car, traditional sort of sedan shapes. I don't know about this. I'm undoubling his pawns. It's probably not a really good idea. Non-optimal. Does get at his king a little bit. If I were my own student, I would probably criticize myself for that move e4. He's just getting a little bit of counterplay. This isn't really where you want to be when you're up a pawn in a heavy piece ending, where there's no other really distinctive advantage. The extra pawn isn't going to be that easy for me to convert here. b5 is not a solution. It's like a stopgap to solve this immediate problem, but now I can't play c5 without driving my b5 pawn, a6, and this is a really tough position to win. You know, I've screwed this up pretty badly. I think this is going to be a very difficult endgame for black to actually win by force. Yeah, I don't like e4. c5, queen b5, I figured. You know, maybe I'm winning here with c4. I should have just played this. Far more natural than playing e4, which wasn't great. All right, guys, welcome to Challenge. Horrendous. I don't want to play any more Chess 960 today. That was enough for this year. We create the most blocked, disgusting closed positions ever. No, I hate closed positions in Blitz. You guys know that. All right, what am I doing? So d4, we're getting warmed up. I'm going to play e4 a little later when I'm feeling sharper. I don't have enough time for extracurricular chess. That's my problem. I have to jump into a Blobix Gorilla tournament soon. How's your gorillas? This is what I play with black. I lost in a rapid tournament. I never played the Trompowsky with white, but I just felt like throwing something fun out there. Now we're Mr. Coffee Land. I'm going to wish you all luck. Crash with a bottle of scotch. It's Friday. Somebody has Friday off. All right. I hate this move, c6. That's the last thing I wanted to see here. This is going to be like Chess 960 again. Pretty much the same thing. Bishop f5, bishop d3, we're back to Carl Schlechter land. Actually, my knight is on a bad square for that. Rather have it on c3. What am I supposed to do now? This sucks. This just sucks for white. Mild profanity? I don't think that even counts. I have to pre-censor myself in preparation for my YouTube upload. Alright, bishop g6. Solid move. I was expecting the capture on d3, but I don't know why. I guess I could play knight e2. Is this a problem? I think it is. It could be. Now, this is like playing Chess 960 with Troll. I really don't like this. Darn. Why did I play the Trompowsky? I have no one to blame but myself. Don't play the Trompowsky. Now it looks like I played the London system. But I didn't. Don't tell anyone. I played the London system. It's not true. I'm playing the Trompowsky down a tempo or something. The London system down a tempo. You hate everyone now. I do too. I hate life. Like this. Ooh, knight h5. Incisive. Trolls are like onions. They have layers. Knight h5. That's ogres. Whatever. Same thing. On the scale of 1 to 10, I hate my position like a 7 or something. Another game with no pawn exchanges. Why is this happening to me? Just because I played like d4, bishop g5 on move 2, I have to have like the most closed position in the world. Can't you play c5 or something? I don't know. It's just chess 960 with the pieces on the normal squares. Yes. Okay, now where should I place my pieces now? Knight b3 is bad. Queen b3 is yuck. Queen c2. Just don't defend the pawn. I dare you to take it. Maybe he should, though. Could be mildly dangerous. I think the general rule is if this kind of pawn grab causes a rook to crash on your 7th rank, you probably don't want to take it. That would be my quick analysis. Very solid for black, though. All right. This knight is on a stupid square. Has literally nothing to do other than follow its other friend. b3 can get attacked by a5, a4. Even on c3, it's not that good. Billy Sarah could go to a4 or something. My position is solid, you know, it's true, but it's far like I'm playing the Caro-Kann with white. So Jim, good to see you. I don't know if you got to catch the analysis yesterday, but I enjoyed your game. I wanted to know if you like willingly did that setup with like Queen c7 in the game you submitted, or it's just something you just made up over the board. Like, I'm kind of curious. I had this weird idea that you actually like plotted that, you know, that kind of passive setup. Healthmaster's speaking Russian. Well, your move order with e6 in the game you submitted yesterday is significant. Okay, if a4, bishop takes b4, a5, no. But I guess my question is Queen c7 something you prepared or just something you played over the board, like inspiration? A6 and Queen c7, I mean, was that intentional? All right, that was my main question. It's very windy here. I think I'm gonna have to leave the room and close another window. It's like banging around. Finish this game. Mediterranean air coming in from Greece. No, I don't know where it comes from. Rook FC1. Please, let's play some open games. I'm going to play E4 next game. Pardon. Pardon. Okay. No, you've got take rook A3. This could be serious. Whatever. Yeah, seriously, I have different options here. And B5 is clearly the plan. I don't know if I should do this. Kogdila. Forgot my Russian accent. But I really studied Russian. 4 semesters. I almost didn't graduate because of that. It's not a joke. I was like the worst student in my class, probably. Queen C2, and you've got A file stuff, but if I lose my D3 pawn, though, all that minority attack will be for nothing. Well, basically, I learned Russian because, like, in the early 90s, we had a lot of Russian grandmasters immigrating to the United States, Blaviks. I had to keep them honest, you know. I want to know what they were talking about in the hallway during the game when we were smoking. There was a lot of anti-Russian sentiment among my fellow American chess players. It was a Cold War, you know, the Cold War was just ending, so not surprising. So we did win a pawn. But a lot of the American grandmasters were very, very angry that foreign players were encroaching on their tournaments and their prizes. Stuff like that. The chess scene became very different. I mean, that had been the case for years, though. There had been Russian immigrants. Other immigrants, too. Look at Benko. Benko came in from Hungary. Shamkovich. We had a lot of strong grandmasters immigrate to the United States way before the 90s. H6. Okay, we're going to get the ambulance emote. I promise. Damn it, I don't know what to do. This move is controversial. You're right on it. Oh man, the 7th rank. He's on my 7th rank. You're not going anywhere. Oh no. If you had played Rook A8 instead of panicking, I really don't know how I'm going to defend my 7th rank here. I didn't want to play F3, honestly. I didn't know what to do. I was about to lose on time. But this is a serious problem here. Like here, even here, if you play rook a8 in this position, what do I do? Bone crusher. I mean, I have a problem here, you know? This is a serious problem. What I'm going to do about my 7th rank. If I could trade a set of rooks off, I could try to win. But here, what can I do to stop him from doubling on the 7th rank, you know, after rook a8? The Botez Gambit. That's a Botez Gambit? Okay, now I understand. But I mean, just a panic button. This is why Asmir has a bad score against me. He gets good positions and then makes some sort of crazy blunder. Seriously, after rook a8, what am I going to do? I would just make a repetition or something. I mean, knight e2, rook here, knight g3. I don't know how to make progress. How do I make progress? I didn't like the move f3, but what am I supposed to play? You got to do some kind of Karpovian. You know, it's probably not even a win for white. I don't know. I'm up a doubled pawn. Like, what do I have to play? Rook c2 and prevent him from getting on the 7th rank? This is hard to believe that white is winning here. Anyway, I didn't enjoy that opening, Asmirs. Hold on, guys. I'll be right back. Right back. Please, no more positions with just pawns and no open lines. No more chess 960. This is Fast Friday. We're supposed to have some fun here. 5+3 challenges exclusively. I am not going to play any more boring chess. Keep it open. I prefer boxing to wrestling. Watching is more interesting too. Knight f3, c5, e4. No wrestling matches. Just sharp punching from a distance. Hyper modern. Boxing is more hyper modern than wrestling. Alright. Knight f3, c5. What can I play? There's one thing that concerns me. I was afraid you would play the Rossalimo, like after last 2 games, another closed position. Wrestling and boxing? I'm not talking about like MMA or something. Well, there is, yeah. That's true. People start holding on to each other to stand up. They're not supposed to, but that's true. Alright, so Mike Borst, you played like bishop e3 against me the other day. And I played h5 because it was Weird Wednesday and it was just for fun. But this is the normal move. At least this is an open position. I'm still not awake yet, but I'd rather play this way than... The last 2 games were horrible. Come on, we only have 2.5 hours. I don't want to play sumo wrestling chess. Seriously, that's what it was like the last 2 games. In terms of martial arts. My first 2 games today were sumo wrestling. Letting your clock run down is against the rules. And you can report people for that. I had a master level player actually play this against me in the Hungarian Team Championship 2 years ago. Strangely, the exact same moves. But there's even like, I think I remember the Russian Grandmaster Korneev, who lived in Spain. I think he actually played this one game with white. A3 is way too slow for white. Whatever you do here, you better do something not too slow. Because you've given up your dark square bishop and you don't really have anything to show for it. This move I don't understand. Is his plan to play bishop c4 and like tuck the bishop away on a2? Is that the point? Well, I don't know. I mean, maybe I should exchange knights or something. Takes with the queen. I doubt castling can be wrong. Coach says I'm too risky. You'll also willingly play passively against two protected pass pawns in the 6th rank. That's just losing, man. Huge donation and train conductor. You got new badges? I mean, emotes? Yeah, we had huge donation. Well, it was more like a raid, a bit battle yesterday. Not one huge donation, but a number of donations from people. So that was much appreciated. Economic slowdown has hurt business a little bit. Understandably. Murnaki, thanks for the donation. Train conductors in the building? Wait, I don't understand. We have like new emotes? I mean, I knew about the new emotes. Did I get new emotes? My Twitch is really laggy. By the way, Barons and Chess helped me with some new ideas for sub badges, so when I have some time, I'm going to get on that. Well, like live poker, I don't know. I went to like the World Series of Poker website. There was nothing there. Well, that was like a week ago. I mean, I was just kind of wondering what's going to happen. I don't play much live poker these days. I would like to at some point, once my life goes back to normal. But like the whole World Series of Poker is canceled, and I didn't see any news about like what would happen to it. Las Vegas is like closed. Well, they're slowly reopening, but I saw some story in the news about like the first casino reopening in Idaho, and it was like on an Indian reservation, and all the restrictions and stuff, they're like handing out like, I don't know, hand sanitizer to people instead of drinks. Really, really strict rules about reopening casinos and stuff like that. So, sounds kind of crazy, but street fight between Mr. Slow and Acerbate, and Berenson also contributed. G3 is a very solid move from Mike. In poker, what would your ELO rating be? Well, I'm better at chess than poker, but I put a lot of time into poker. I feel like I would be like a FIDE master in poker. I'd probably be like 2300. I don't know. But that's practically this funny part is that my chess rating is down to like 2300 almost. But I think I'm massively underrated in chess. I'm not 2320. No, take it or leave it. I think at poker I'd be like low 2300s. But now that I am. Alright. A good player, but not an IM. Rook b8. I mean, I devoted like much more time to chess. The Magnus Hikaru Twitch rival drama, not interesting. I'm not into soap operas. In Euros. A lot of good Greek players in poker, Jim. I had a friend in the EPT. We played in the some of the same events in Prague a few years ago. He was a really nice guy, but the Greeks were getting into poker a lot. But I think he didn't live in Greece. He was from Greece, but he had a business in Poland or something. No, I mean online. And I'm talking about like playing here in the EPT in Europe. I never played that much in the United States. I played poker in Europe since I moved to Hungary in 2004. I've been in Hungary like forever. People think of me as American, but actually, you know, I was a European for poker purposes. Well, what are we gonna play? F5. This is a good game by Mike Borst. He's playing great. Yeah, I could look up his name. I don't remember it now offhand, but I could find it, Jim. If I remember, I'll look it up. He was a good player, but not like a pro, like a full-time pro, like a sort of semi-pro player. B4. All right. I like the way that white is trying to put some pawns on dark squares here. Freezing my b4. My idea was to play this, though. Man, I mean, e5 is interesting there, isn't it? Isn't that sacking a pawn? Not even sacking a pawn. You can play e5. Now I establish bishop e5. That's huge. My favorite routine. My favorite routine next to two connected passed pawns in a rook game is, man, two bishops. Mate with two bishops in the middle of the board. It's not over till it's over. It would be so sad to take on c3 and play rook c8 check. Oh, this is frustrating. Oh no, does that work? Well, all right. Still hanging on. He's a serious 1400, man. No, this is a big mistake, though. You just don't want to trade stuff when you're down. He played a tough game, but you just can't do that. to take this. Zero chance of survival. But I don't like my technique there. I get my best. Best of both worlds. Acerbate? How do you feel about stalemate? Still possible. This is just too much fun. Alright. Not a good opening, though. Like, you shouldn't give up that bishop. As I said, it's been played. Korneyev, Sasha 2005. But, like, nobody will do this, normally. I swear there's an Anatoly Karpov game where he did that. But it's not in the database for some reason. Peter Wells's book in 1995 on the Rouser maybe has a reference to that. I thought Karpov allowed this by mistake or something once. Doesn't really make sense, though. Mule Skinner, Health Master, Cobra 11, and Sonya. Sonya needs to re-challenge to casual. Sisanya. Clubs of Budapest. Chess. I wish we had more American-style chess clubs. Chess clubs in Europe are more about like team competitions, not so much like individual play. It feels like gorillas. 2 gorillas. We need more gorillas. Is Mule Skinner a gorilla? Guys, this is a mistake. I know what Mule Skinner is doing, but he's playing the Marshall defense. Check out the Blobix's Gorilla group for players over 2,000. Is it over 2,000 or 2,000 and over? See, that's the mystery for me. What if you're exactly 2,000? Are you allowed in the Gorillas group, or do you have to be 2,001? 2,000 and over. It's like 18 plus. Oh, you're going to play like my game against Oliver Mihawk. Knight c3, c5. What did I just do? Oh, you played e6. Okay. Yeah, I mean, most commonly we see g6. Or bishop f5, which Danny Kopech played against me. R.I.P. Dr. Danny Kopech. Kopech's Chess Camps. Was international master from Brooklyn. We used to run a chess camp in New England. He was frequent in New England chess, but passed away, sadly, a few years ago. He played bishop f5 against me in an exhibition game on the now defunct chess site US Chess Live. They had the US Chess Federation had their own online playing site at one point, which I was employed on briefly. Now I like c5 here. You got to get the break in. That's my game versus Ollie, which we actually analyzed someone else playing that line. c5, d5, ed5, ed5, bishop d6, bishop e5, check. And I'm one of the only people brave enough to actually play this stupid thing with black. Bishop e7. e5 is definitely an option here. Astrobate, don't let them play e5. He's not here. I'm talking to him. He's not here. Juicebox, what's up? Astrobate's like always here. So when he's not here on Fridays, I'm like talking to him as if he's here. Astrobate plays the Owen defense, and every single week he lets somebody play like e5 against him in the Owen defense, like a crushing blow. The space advantage here is serious. I'm not sure if this is the best move though. You know, normally I like to keep the tension. It's a tough call. I wonder if it's a mistake to play e5. I don't think it's right or wrong. I mean, it's hard to judge these things. Is it really right or wrong to play e5 versus like bishop d3? What do you guys think? How many of you stronger players in the group here, the advanced gorillas, how do you feel about e5? The orangutan. We should have different groups, Blobix, like the orangutans. Are the gorillas over 2200? Inner club group. Advanced class. Juicebox, where are you? It's so weird, the golden girls. We could just be the golden girls. I'm not golden yet. I'm not even eligible. I won't be eligible for the senior championship for many, many years now. It's cool to have somebody who's ahead of us in time. B6. Getting close to Astrobate land. Man. Greek gift sacrifice. Not on here. Maybe h4. Yeah, I've used the chess-based reader before. I was just setting up some first lines. When I saved it, only the main line was saved. You know the thing I hate about chess-based reader? You can't copy and paste stuff, you know? I wanted to tear my hair out. But they do that on purpose because they want you to buy the real program. It's like, you can't really complain about something that's free, I guess. It's just a tool to get you hooked, so you buy legit chess base. But I still find it useful to have. I'm not sure about that, Curiosity SE. Wow, c5. Wow. How does this work? Exactly. You prefer white here. Very generous of you. Good choice. Yeah, c5 was a surprise. Funny, I think I just like didn't really think he would do that. This is his only move though. I mean, what is he supposed to play? I was hoping he would play something inferior to the only move. It's somewhat optimistic. How dare you play the only move? Yeah. Okay. Somebody's got to troll for Bob while he's not here. A little worried about Bob. He might have died again. And he hasn't been trolling very well. Like, when he's come on the last couple times, he's stayed very briefly. And he wasn't really being provocative at all. It's like, very disappointing. Might have to have Juicebox do an investigation. Alright, now, this has got to be... We got to have something now. Enough is enough. Oh, you have him on Facebook. I'm sorry, that's scary. Oh yeah, he mentioned something about playing something. G4 immediately, good move. You're probably right. I'm just jealous. So, H4. Do we have time for H4? How about development? Knight H7. That's not going to work. Alright. Acerbate's here. A5 was recommended. Yeah, he's getting more into... You're getting more into pawn play. I was seriously looking cheapos based on Queen D2. I mean, that's just insane. This is dubious, but it might work. Wow. Wow, that's all I can say. Keep calm and carry on? Isn't that the expression? Does that even make sense, though? I mean, like, when I was a little kid, the adults would always say, for the children that were crying, like they were carrying on. So it doesn't make sense. If you're carrying on, then you're crying like a baby. Just occurred to me. The whole thing just doesn't make sense. Keep calm and carry on? The whole idea is that you're carrying on. Dude, leave me alone. What? You had to try Queen E5 in the pivotal moment? Into the discovery. Into the black. What is that? Pixies? Kim Deal? Queen e5. What do I have after Queen e5? Bishop takes g6, but then what? You know, that's your only chance. Peter disagrees. Maybe it's not a chance. I didn't see anything. I have bishop g6, I know, but what's my follow-up? This looks like the realistic try for black. It's not that clear. Plus there's sort of discrete threats against g2. Potentially. You gotta try this. He's fast and tricky. Actually, knight e7 was the best move. Oh, so here you had king h7. I missed it. Wow. Then maybe it wasn't necessary. King h7. Staying in the game. It's amazing how resilient black is. Bishop d3. Oh, it's a really tough position. Maybe my queenside majority will win the game. I don't know. Tough fight. Well, I was playing for knight takes e6. That's why I played the cheapo queen e4. He has knight d8 here. I actually expected knight d8 to shore up these, you know, to kill my sacrifices. Like, I was actually looking at knight takes f7 here. But I wasn't sure what was going on after rook f7, queen e6 check. I kind of had the feeling like I had enough here. But I'm not so sure, actually. Look at that. This queen e8. Still nothing clear. See, he's got resilient defense. Knight d8, how is that? I mean, it's passive on the surface, but it's a good move, maybe overall. I want to know, before we go on to the next game, you know, as I said, I like c5 best here. We get to transpose to one of my games. This is sort of an interesting move, maybe e5. There's my game. Love to show my games here, but no, seriously. Knight f6 here, bishop e7. So my question is, the gorilla played e5 here. Normally I would play like bishop d3, but I was like, I don't know. Why is this not good? Let's see what the engine says. Queen c2. That's beyond me. Queen c2. That's computer. I don't get queen c2. It's a very strange move, frankly. It's like one of Jim's subtle queen c7 moves. I wouldn't think we would put the queen on c2, but I guess it avoids exchanges, you know, where he's playing like c5. It's a quiet, sort of solid move. But it looks really modest. I mean, it looks like we should be blowing black away in this position. But e5 is overrated. I feel like Aliekin would have played e5 in a simul. Knight d5, bishop d3. Why not? This is now c5 is critical. I thought either c5 or castles in b6. So he castles, I castle, and now he played b6. c5 again feels slightly more natural. I mean, the problem is you can't allow like a Greek gift sacrifice. Like, obviously this is winning. So that's why he doesn't play c5, b6. Sam Luvo versus Holmeston. It's the Finnish Championship 2018. This guy's lost more rating points than me. Sam Luvo. It's actually on my Facebook. I can't pronounce Finnish names worth a damn. Sorry. Samovuo. He's a GM. Holmeston's, they both lost 100 rating points. I feel like it's contagious. There's a rating pandemic. But Finland probably has a very close rating pool. I played Samovuo in Budapest and I played Holmeston in Spain. I had Queen e4. And then if g6, I can transfer over here maybe? Or bishop h6. This was better. Alright guys, Health Master. From position, what is this? Queen c2 is Aikido. Aikido, exactly. It's like non-violent martial arts. I never did Aikido, but I had some neighbor friends who did. And the macho kids are like making fun of them. You know, I went to karate. I never made fun of them, but I remember some of my friends making fun of them for doing like Aikido. I only did karate for like 1 year. Alright. Karate. I'm not a martial arts person. But anyway. So g6. Yeah, that's good. Health Master, what are you doing? What is this? What are you challenging me to? I don't want to do that anymore. The guy tricked me. There was a troll who tricked me this week, or was it last week? He tricked me into like Horde, where I like lose on the first move without moving or something. It was like, dude, grow up. Now he has like a 1-0 score against me on lichess for the rest of his life. Alright. We've got sunlight. Thanks guys for supporting the stream. Blobix, thanks for being a subscriber. Thanks to all you guys for your gifts. Generous gifts. Bishops and knights reversed. It's almost like normal chess. What am I talking about? Oh, just your bishops and knights are reversed. So I'll just do my normal thing, basically, carefully. I'm playing normal chess. Steven Seagal. We all love Steven Seagal, especially in Russia. F4. He's kind of like Bon Jovi. I also never liked him. In terms of personal popularity, Steven Seagal is a 2 on a scale of 10. I'm using an anti-alcoholic gel today. I don't drink every day. But today is martini time. Fridays are for martinis. Thursday's beer day. Wednesday is no alcohol. We have a couple of days where we don't drink at all. I'm very, very systematic. You should make your own alcohol troll. Cook your own vodka. You can get potatoes, can't you? How expensive are potatoes? All right. I seriously... Real old school, like Transylvanians, for example, they make their own palinka. I mean, that's the way to do it. Store-bought alcohol. That's for noobs. And if you don't make it yourself, at least one of your neighbors makes his own wine or alcohol. Potatoes have gone up, though. Okay, you're in Southeast Asia. Potato center of the world. You make sake, some sort of rice-based alcohol. Palinka is devastating, though. I think if I made my own, I would double distill it. Doubly distilled. He spotted bishop b4. It's like I'm playing normal chess. I just don't know what white's doing. He's in another dimension. I guess we should just eat another pawn here. Nothing fancy. I wanted to play knight f6, knight e4, but objectively, it's a central pawn. I don't want to give him a free central pawn. e5 is possible. Crossing the street is dangerous. But this is dangerous too. This is probably asking a little bit too much of the position. I should have just let him have his... I should have let him have his pawn back. Now I put myself in a sharp situation. Maybe I missed something here? Oh no. My concern was like bishop a2 and you're castling quick. Not so much taking the pawn on e5. What is the fine gold rule again? Can somebody remind me? Never play f6. Don't forget. Never get out of the boat. Never get out of the effing boat. Knight takes, trade pieces, and then play f. Never play f6. It's an Apocalypse Now joke. One of my favorite movies of all time. Closely related to Narnia. I figured. White is just down a piece. But I think I like pushed the envelope of sanity with e5. Frankly, this was a very, very materialistic move by black. It's not meant to be a cheap trap, you know. I mean, I didn't think it would take the pawn, but I am concerned about bishop a2 and queenside castles. Like, I could be in serious danger. We'll check after the game. We'll be back after these messages. Yeah, I get the Hungary joke all the time. You know you're dealing with advanced intellectuals. Oh, are you hungry in Hungary? It's deep. That's with chess. I would teach chess in the schools to kids, and 90% of the kids think it's pond, not pawn. Same thing. I took your pond. This would be a funny trap if I allowed that. Bishop e6, rook takes d4, pawn d4, and bishop d5. And I still want my ambulance emote. Pond, P-O-N-D. Like a small body of water. I never realized anybody would ever make that mistake. Certainly none of the little kids in my elementary school called them ponds, but it ended up being very, very common. None of my friends called them ponds. I don't know. Society is just dumbing down. I didn't even learn to play chess properly till I was in 7th grade, but I knew the moves, and I knew what the pieces were called, and I knew the correct names. One of the few. But I think the names of the pieces should be arbitrary. We should change the knights to dogs. Or maybe gorillas, for that matter. We could make animal pieces. Pawn is a lame name for a piece. That's the point, right? That's the point. Because it is lame. When I was in high school, I was in a theater production for The King and I. I wasn't even in high school. It was like I was in 7th grade or something. Maybe I was in 8th or 9th grade, actually. 7th grade, I don't remember. But they made me a slave. Basically, a pawn. The King and I is banned. It's not really why I brought it up. But, that's basically what pawns represent. They're not supposed to be cool. Maybe that's why a lot of beginners really disregard them. You know, they take it very literally. Pawns are actually Much more powerful than you think. I like Yul Brynner better in Westworld anyway. Aditya challenged me to 3-0. But, no. No. I do 5 plus 3. Definitely 5 plus 3. Let's get some more challenges, guys. We have an hour left. Too early to stop. Let me check that opening, okay? I want to see the move e5. Okay, e5 is just a mistake. You're overextending yourself. He dropped a pawn. Now this position, okay, I take... I'm not even sure if that's the best move. And this is where it gets interesting. Normally, I would play knight f6 here. Queen g5 didn't occur to me. That's the kind of chess knight 60 move that I often, would miss. See, that's the kind of move that a Nakamura or a Vacher-Lagrave would probably spot immediately that I don't necessarily always spot. I'm playing according to kind of normal chess principles here in a chess knight 60 position, and that's the tactical nature of chess knight 60. I'm looking for more natural moves, so I would play knight f6, but I played this instead, and I realized this move is dangerous because it lags black in development. I normally don't stress materialism, and this is actually a materialistic kind of move. But it's not just like I'm hanging on to some pawn, on the side or something. It is like pawns in the center that are very influential. It's not a bad move, but my concern here is bishop a2, castle's queenside. You've got play along the d file. There's this diagonal. I thought maybe I went a little too far with e5. Now still queen g5 is the best move. I have to move the queen anyway. And you do something like castles long with a very sharp position. So here, for example, I can grab another pawn, but this is getting really chaotic now. Look at this. Now that's the position. Now I have to find like bishop e6 only move or I lose. And I don't know if I would even get this far. So I shouldn't play e5. I mean, as a human being, it's much better to stick to principles. Let him have that pawn back. I'm up 2 pawns here. That's my teaching. My teaching for the day. We're here to play Blitz, but basically I like to throw in some interesting points. I believe in not being materialistic. Alright guys, let's get some more challenges. I'm going to have to start playing random people. The poor randoms will suffer. 21 viewers. Where is everybody? There was a time when Friday was my biggest day. We had a lot of viewers usually on Fridays. Let's get some challenges. We have some followers. Shreya, Eggplant Anthony. Thanks guys for following. I'm going to force you to play normal chess, troll. Hello. What up? No, Jim. There aren't other streamers. No, we don't talk about that. We don't talk about that. Shh. Sladgie gets very angry when we talk about other streamers. The stream is about my ego, and I don't want to know that there are other good chess players. I'm just kidding, guys. everybody's a streamer during the pandemic, you know, no matter how boring they are, no matter how little skill they have for communication, everybody became a chess streamer. All right, troll and a roll, I accept, but I'm not going to play a boring game this time. All right, we're not going to play your closed, dry chess. I'm going to take a chance. My Igor. I liked Igor a lot. I didn't know him very well. We played twice. Both games were draws. Hi, my name is Igor. I moved here to Southern California. Igor was a fantastic pianist, but he drank too much. This isn't Chess 960. Is this Chess 960? No, you challenged me to normal. That was weird. Did you change the challenge? You did challenge me. You did challenge me. Of course. Igor was one of the most well-liked, master players. I never met a person who didn't like him. Igor Ivanov, yeah. I didn't know him very well. Once I was very fortunate. Toward the end of his life, we were in the U.S. Championship together, and I guess I played him in the U.S. Championship. It was like 2002, but I got to have a really nice conversation with him at the closing ceremony of the U.S. Championship. We talked for like an hour. That was cool. He was a very cultured, very intelligent person. Unlike most chess players. So troll on a roll is getting down with the Panov theory here. Play like Jim. It's basically a Jim. But I mean, is the queen really right on c2? Is that a good thing or a bad thing for white? What would you do, Jim? I don't know if Jim is in the house. He might have had to go to work. He's always working. I guess I'm supposed to castle, right? Yeah. Clearly castles is better. You don't want to take here unprovoked. The dummy battery. The queen in front is much more dangerous, obviously. We're planning on a Jim style counterattack with queen c7. I've probably played similar positions with white. Troll and roll, when did you get so fast? Why so fast? This is more of a traditional plan. Yesterday, Jim had a game where he played a6. Not the same position, but similar. IQP. And I do that a lot. I like to play a6 and b5 instead of b6. But I don't think I've ever had this position before with black. It's a little unusual. Queen on c2. That is something you usually do after playing c takes d5. It just occurred to me. That's what's weird. So we would normally play like c takes d5, knight takes d5, maybe, and then play queen c2. We would have my knight on d5, but the bishop would not be on c4. Am I going to have a problem here? Do you have a problem? Do you have a problem with me? It's not even my move. I've been known to do that though. I like to move illegally when it's not my turn. It's an old habit. Old habits die. Old habits die hard, guys. Can I say? Rook c8. Where are you going? This looks logical. That's probably not a bad move. I was looking at queen a4. But queen e2 looks safer. More centralized. Mr. Solid. I don't like that this is a problem. Bishop a6, and I have weaknesses on the white squares. He's definitely going to be trading pieces. Do I have sun yet? Very sunny here. Sunny and windy, clear, high pressure. Knight b8. Knight b8. This is just a perverse move. It can't be right. That just can't be right. But I got my rook across. You know what I mean? I'm not blocking my rook on a8. Maybe it's not that stupid. Got to develop trust in your intuition, no matter how weird a move might seem. If your intuition tells you there's something to it. Asterby's been playing for 42 years. Hello, hello, what up? Sidestepping rook takes c4 traps. Alright, what am I doing? Problem is I don't have a plan. Damn it. Please don't let this be a blunder. I just don't want you playing d5, dude. You will stay where you are. Like, look, his whole army is like blocked behind that pawn. If I can hold the line, theoretically, I've got time, 3 seconds per move, plus the 18 seconds. Native American lichess name. When I was selling my mom's house, there was this guy I met. Took some furniture off my hands. He was also Native American. He liked chess. He had like a chess tattoo. Bishop g5 is a good move. Damn. Meet just like random people who have chess tattoos. What's the chance of that? I'm an international chess master. Random guy comes to my house and he has a chess tattoo. Seriously, what is the chance? Could be. Sounds like you could be right, Juicebox. Very possible. What are you doing with your knight there? Just step off with that knight. Yeah, stay in your zone. Interzonal. The interzonal tournament. Damn it, I weakened my position. Now I'm making bad moves because of the time. I'm a little concerned about this. I mean, worst case scenario, I mean, actually everything's protected except for my knight on e7. Even if I lost the two knights to a rook, for example, it wouldn't be necessarily lost for me. Look at that. Trying to set up some sort of tactics. Is my queen trapped? Troll is just not 1566. B2's hanging. He was trying for cheapos with knight e6 though. That's just mean. Lost on time. That's the troll I know and love. Way to lose on time. So here, even now, you have compensation. I missed queen b2 at one point. I thought you had this, though. But I'm threatening mate. Well, I'm winning that. I was so focused on this tactic. Doesn't work. He's not even threatening knight e6. Yes, he is. Actually. Yeah, it's true. He is threatening that. It was a pretty good game, man. It was a tough fight. How about the opening? Did I misplay this? Did I misplay something? It looks right. What do we do? What did I do wrong? This looks totally normal. You're the one that's playing something weird here. Maybe this was my mistake playing knight c6. I should just do b6 right away. I'm not sure it's better. I ended up playing knight b8 later. Maybe that tells you something right there. I don't know. It's a choice. Like, they're both playable. New move. So we actually have a game from 1998. This guy's like a known Czech master. Pretty Hoda. Novelty. Knight b8. Better than his lame move. Bishop takes c3. This is lame. Lame. Master. That's lame. Giving up your bishop and fixing his pawn structure. It's not that bad. But I like my knight b8, an inspired innovation. Practically Elon Musk playing knight b8 here. I thought it was a cool idea. Anyway, I don't aspire to be Elon Musk, I'm just joking. Anyway, alright, so we got a new challenge here. Please don't crush me. Because I don't normally accept challenges from people. Like, you have to lose, okay? I'm just telling you now. I like the Minecraft cow or whatever that is, Mubat. If you're 1390 and you're provisional and you're challenging me, you better lose. Or you're in trouble if you don't lose. I've also got a challenge from Cecilia, but he's internet is going out. Alright, the English, that's a bad sign. I swore off playing the symmetrical English, but it's what I know best now. I can kind of play it on autopilot. Means like burning less brain cells. We still have time for a couple of more challenges. A couple of more. He's already played the opening correctly. As I stated yesterday, or 2 days ago, in our Tuesday tournament, that would be 3 days ago, it seems like this move, you know, it is the most straightforward developing move. It has become the most common response. It used to be that you would see a lot of people play e3, e4, and a3. But now, like, the vast majority of my opponents play knight f3. Dubious, I agree. Elon Musk. He already played rook e1 and he's 1390. He's actually not 1390. He's 1390 in Blitz, but 1757 and 1720 in Classical. But he's already playing like the 2200 that I played in the Rapid Tournament in Budapest. Okay, this was a slight mistake. Rook b1. It's a good move, but if you're going to play rook e1, like, clearly you play bishop h1 here. Otherwise, there's no sense in rook e1. But it's not that big a mistake. I just wouldn't play rook e1. It's about equal. Weird development. Knight h6. Knight f6 is fine. Knight f6 is standard. But I have a weakness for f5 knights. It is weird. And if you were like a beginner and you made that move in a vacuum without some concept, white's already way too good for 1700. Well, maybe not, but I'm paranoid as always. He's gonna crush me. Whatever. This is why I ask people to have 100 games. 1390? Okay, that's not making sense already. If you can get this far at move 11 in English, you've played absolutely correctly. You're not 1390. But some people play the opening well, and then they're like very bad tactically. They have no clue about endgames. They can kind of imitate chess in maybe the opening stage. You see a lot more of that now today than was possible when I was learning chess. He looks legit. He did play rook e1, which is slight inaccuracy. But I mean, like, e4 instinctively is an excellent move. Taking away f5 and establishing his pawns on the white squares. In positional sense, he's played correctly. Interesting move here is pawn takes, but it's pretty bad strategically to block my own bishop. I guess I take with a knight. You really have all three choices there. Bishop takes bishop h6. I didn't want any part in that. Well, at least Bob's not here saying he looks legit. He lost 2 games and 30 moves against Levente. Oh, you know Levente. Okay. So, that's good. But he's playing a very, very correct game. He might be 1750, but I don't believe the 1390. That gives me pause when I see... I have a lot of history for losing to 1300s lately. I get very nervous when people are 1300. Very principled game. That's not usual here on lichess. We might be able to beat him on time. I don't know. But that's never something you should be thinking, like, in increment blitz. Another slight inaccuracy. I don't really like giving up the bishop for the knight. It is a closed position. There's 16 pawns on board. But objectively, bishops are still a little bit stronger than knights. Yeah, simple game, simple moves. You can beat Magnus Carlsen with a simple game with simple moves. Playing the second or third best, suggestion of a chess engine. But humans are virtually incapable of that. The ability to play the second or third best move without ever making a slip. You don't have to play fancy chess to be successful, definitely. Just be patient. There is this misconception, too, that computers always play like a tactical style. That's like a throwback from the 80s. If he was 1390, I would freak out, If it was just a random guy who hadn't said anything, I'd be like, this is ridiculous. You're not 1390. Like 1750 maybe. Like a solid 1750. But he's just so careful and patient, Almost nobody on lichess with that rating can be that careful and patient without making some sort of crazy mistake. And a4. I guess it's a blunder. It's a great positional idea. My first concern was that this move works. I mean, my queen is almost trapped after like take, rook b5. But I just don't think it works. I mean, if this worked, it would be a tremendous move. It just might be a positional mistake. I mean, a tactical mistake. You can't trap my queen. I'm controlling the long diagonal. And I've got to pass the a-pawn. If a4 worked, though, and I couldn't take it, probably would be a good move. Then we know what white's weakness is. Not in strategy, but in tactics. But that's unusual, Far more people are good at tactics and bad at positional play. It's much easier to improve your tactical ability, especially today with tons of puzzle bots and whatever, Strategy's hard to learn. Tactics are easy. So most people who are 1750, they're going to tend to be like okay tactically, but horrible strategically. He's seemingly like pretty good positionally, but makes tactical mistakes. It's less common. Dropping the A pawn will lose the game because my pawn is coming down on the A1 queening square. But A4 was a good idea. But I mean, at the end of the day, you know, this is my point. Like, white can improve their game really easily. I wonder if I should even take the exchange here. Because objectively, I mean, he gets some counterplay. The queen is awkwardly placed. It's very strange. Like, after bishop c3, queen e2, take, take. The queen has no squares except for a2. I guess I can play rook b8. But, you know, it's a very big mistake to take this kind of material without really thinking it through. He actually has another move here. He had queen c1, but then queen a2 check wins. So first off, he's got dangerous counterplay potentially with the knight and the queen and around my king. I want to get rid of that rook. That could do serious damage if you add a rook to the deal. And now I control this square. This is behind the pawn and we just queen. It's a win. I should take on d4 there. Probably doesn't matter. Got to be accurate. Accurate to the last. Eliminate the danger first. Yeah, but a very, very solid positional base style should make me nervous. I think this player could be, you know, easily like 1900 if he just worked on tactics a little bit. I mean, all you did was like blunder one tactic with a4, which was actually a really good positional idea if you can do it. If you could lock the position on the white squares, I might even not be better at all. Still, I mean, this is like move 20, and I'm better by 0.3, 0.2 pawns at move 20 when he made this crazy move a4. He could quickly be a gorilla. Yeah, he's like 1750 going on 2000. I mean, just improve tactics. It's easy. Norvegicus. Sounds Hungarian. Miralis and Sinya. We have time, perhaps, for these 3 games. Probably not more, though. Taktikus. It's a Norwegian-Hungarian. No, but I mean, what I'm saying is real. Like, most people are better tactically and suck positionally. You played a very sound game. That's the hard part. The easy part is getting better at tactics. Anybody can go to, 365 chess or do the tactics trainer here, spend a few hours a day doing tactics puzzles and get better tactically. You know, that's easy to improve. Norvegicus with this line. This is an annoying line. I face this a lot. 300 free FIDE points. This is the engine trap. CD knight b5. It's like a forced draw or something. So you can play that. No, it's not actually. I can play knight a6 there. Yeah, I played this once against I don't remember who it was. Like, nobody plays g6, but it's not that bad. Technically a mistake. Just for something different. I analyzed this with the engine. You know, the critical move is knight b5. Knight b5, knight a6. It's surprisingly not that bad for black. I can eventually get the knight off of a6 somehow. But I think this move is not as testing. I mean, still White's position is solid. Very solid. Rogozin, like, everybody plays the London system. It's boring, but easy to play. It's actually a Veresov. Traditionally, like the Veresov, everybody played bishop g5. For the most part. Again, like if we go back to the 1800s, I mean, this opening was actually probably fairly popular. Bishop f4. And then I would play like bishop f5, symmetrical. a4. Interesting. What do I do about that? a4. That might be like the engine's #1 move. Something crazy. Bishop g7, a5, castles, a6. Then what do I do? Some kind of high-level London strategic idea. Then I have to play something weird like queen b6 at the end. Or whatever. That's pretty sophisticated. I could play bishop d7 maybe. But I want my pawn structure broken up. It may be unavoidable. Consistent move would be a5 there. Now he can't play it. I think if you're aiming for consistency, you play a5. So he's 18, 60, 73 in rapid. Much stronger than Blitz. Really low bullet rating. But yet he's playing faster than me. There's a lot of inconsistencies I don't get. But I'm talking. It's hard. I have to talk and do this at the same time. This is a lame move. I don't know. But that's lame too. We're both lame. Alright. Very safe play. Borrow this idea from... He's playing like this guy I know in Hungary. Tomashi. He was like a weak master for my team. He was an awesome blitz player. This is a huge blunder. But Tomashi would like always force every single game 2 knights versus 2 bishops. He was a specialist in this one strategic idea. He would just lock the whole position and play with 2 knights every freaking game. Here he would just take on f6. It was always the same thing. You know, if you specialize in that, and that's the only position you play, it's really irritating to deal with that. Yeah, I mean, this is a mistake. f4 is a huge mistake. Tomashi Zoli. He's a crazy guy. He was like not very high rated, maybe 2150 FIDE, but in Blitz he was holding his own with me. Once I tried to give him odds and he took money off me. Extremely fast, and then the style where locking it down and you're locking it to 2 knights against 2 bishops. Like no matter what you did against the guy, he would force it. His whole entire opening repertoire was designed. The Trompowsky and stuff like that. Always trading off the bishops for knights. It's really annoying to play against that, especially if you like open games. But f4 looks like a mistake. You got to take here. 2 bishops are better than bishop and knight. Yeah, I try to be passionate. I am passionate about chess. You're talking too much about the bullet lately. Bullet lover. Resident bullet lovers. Yeah, it's my battle cry. I'm just, I'm constantly kind of surprised, I guess. How fast everyone is. It's kind of annoying, Like, I never meet opponents who are slower than me, no matter what the rating is. How can he be lowest in bullet? He's playing like instantaneous moves. He's 1374 in bullet. Doesn't make sense, If he were so much weaker in bullet, he would be, playing slower or something. That doesn't make sense to me. That's a huge difference in your ratings. You're 1873 in rapid, and you're 1374 in bullet. You'd have to be like a turtle for those ratings to make sense. A 500 rating point gap. Seriously, you'd have to be very turtle-like. Queen c7. Yeah, he's annoyed that I complain about it all the time. That's why he's saying it. It's like talking about computer cheaters constantly. It grates on your nerves when you just talk about the same thing over. I understand that. Almost has tactics here. But I mean, he must just have played these games in bullet when he was like, it must have been 5 years ago or something. I'm finally winning. Won a pawn. Look at this board. How are bishops? Now bishops are winning, but I think he was doing fine, even after the complications. Is he fine ever? Maybe not. He missed something. Maybe not. That's the in-game panic meltdown. Just a nervous decision to freak out. He played a tremendous game. until he went into panic mode. My king's in the square of the pawn. So if he tries to break with c4, I'll just play b4. I would be winning anyway. I mean, this extra pawn here doesn't matter. No, I mean, this is like no experience in the endgame. He played a great game until he freaked out. You got plenty of time. You got more time than me. You lost the pawn. It's not the end of the world. You know, here you can put up some resistance. This position. It's clearly better for black, but you don't have to automatically lose. Perhaps the last move was a really bad decision. To play queen f3 here. He maybe just missed rook f8. Okay, white is worse. But look at the opening. When he plays a4, how about a5 here? What am I going to do about a5? Don't you have like castles a6? This is what I was going to play. I'm surprised that white is worse here, according to the engine. I guess he's lagged a little bit in development. I have a terrible bishop on b7, and I have the worst pawn structure. But here, very simple decision. I mean, this is just a blunder. So even here, you know, I also thought about bishop f4. What am I going to do? I can't trade, dude. I have to go back to g7. Now you go back. How do I play for a win in this position? Probably I should play e6 and then bishop h6. Same problem. It's f4 that loses the game. This wasn't even the best move. fe5. fe5 is better. I wasn't sure. So I'm actually just winning a pawn there. Alright, now I get 7 challenges. Are you serious? Like 30 minutes ago we didn't have enough challenges. I've only got time for 2 more games, guys. So I'm going to have to decline these like last challenges. Alright. Yeah, I wish I could do a simul, but I have lessons booked. All my time is booked up. Oh, you mean play them all at the same time? Like not a non-official simul? Can I do that? I never tried that. I should have played g6. I'm so sick of this. Stop playing this. I hate you. Bishop b5. I hate this variation so much. No, I'm not giving you a take back. I have to work it out. I have to learn to play this properly. I'm just angry with myself. One day we're going to play this properly. I'm going to get in trouble here if I'm not careful. But I want you to play d3. Can you do that for me? Probably a good move, though, actually. Queen c7 is nothing special. It's just not a main move here. I had like no challenges, then I have 9. I was like begging people to play me half an hour ago. B5 is overrated. Still think it's a useful move. Especially here. So I basically played Queen C7 in a position where I don't really need it, and it could be detrimental to the rest of my development. I don't know if Queen C7 has ever been played. But then again, my results couldn't really be worse with the normal moves in this line. So he's always like pinning my knight on f6 with bishop g5. How bad can it be? How bad can it be? I'm not going to castle. I'm just going to chill here and let you do your thing. There is a problem with that, though. If knight f6, e5, knight g4, or knight d5. Maybe I should play a different move. Like what, though? What other waiting move do I have here? Bishop d6. It's kind of a funny move. Knight f6. All right. I probably played something like this once before. I'm not sure how well it worked out. Trader. Uncharacteristic. For him, at least. What's his favorite move? A crazy idea. Crazy. I can't believe you played that. I even gave you a hint. I guess it's not that clear, huh? E4, E5. I told the stream like a million times it's his favorite move. I can't believe he didn't play it. Now which way do I take? Knight takes or bishop takes? He lives to play e5. He just forgot about it. The bishop sucks. Period. The bishop's going to be just shut down for the rest of its life, for eternity anyway, so might as well. This is relevant, you know, in the future. Okay, now what? G6, is that a luxury I can afford? I don't have all day to think about it. G6. Or just give the pawn back. The $1 million question. G6 check, king f8. I'm getting out of here. I'm not gonna play that game. There is the A file that's kind of annoying. Instantly found it. Well, it looks equal. I forgot he's on A6 here. He's got 2 minutes more than me. The glass slippers. We're playing over the board games, the slippers. You think that's the difference? I've done like, you know, T-bus, T-bus or whatever. It's not the same as slippers though. Wow. Uncompromising maniac. Should be committed. BFD. The BFD defense. All right, I don't know. I feel somehow something. Feel something here. I just don't see it. But I feel something. Maybe that's the pain I'm about to endure. That I'm feeling. Is that like the losing move? Basically, yeah. So consciously played the losing move. Couldn't help it. Unbelievable. I did it. There's a way to defend F8. I saw it too, but I couldn't find a move. I have to play C4. It's unbelievable. My intuition was totally wrong. There would be a move here. I just didn't think white's advantage is enough. I can play C4. Anything but rook E8, basically, is okay. There's the ambulance. Any move but rook E8. Because E8 loses the rook with check on F7. You play king H8, let you take, then take. This is still okay. Okay for black. Anything but that. That's really sick. I just couldn't resist. It's the most natural move on the board. Damn. That's impressive. Again, I was holding, but it's there's actually a game here. Joe Gallagher, 2013, played this. Funny, like, I didn't expect bishop F4, but you have to play something, right? I can't believe you missed E5. Totally unclear after that. Good game, man. All right. I gotta go. So I'm gonna take the last challenge here. Friday. I'm not taking subscribers. Berenzen. We'll play you again. Thank you for your support yesterday. I'm gonna get to the sub badges, I promise. If this guy doesn't show up, give him 10 seconds. All right. I don't take subscribers first on Fridays to give everybody some interest in the stream. Yeah, that's funny how you just see that it doesn't work but play it anyway, you know. I just thought there's got to be a move with my queen or something I can play. That's embarrassing. Yeah, but I mean, I had no winning chances. I'm just barely holding on after king h8 in the game there, the last game. You played really well. I thought I was better previously. If you had taken on a6, I'm slightly better. That was another like excellent judgment by Morales. The temptation to take on a6, he would be microscopically worse there. Instead, he plays like sacrificing his b2 pawn. It was a good judgment. Been working on your reply to my approach to the Scandi. I'm not sure I remember now. Something you recommend for 1400 facing English? Well, basically, WJ Loof, you know, it should probably depend on what you play with white. If you're an e4 player, I mean, why don't you play e5 against the English? That would make the most sense. I don't know why I'm playing this. It's pretty... Oh, it's actually okay. But it's like drawn. It's like a drawn endgame. After h3, take. Maybe not, because... No, it's take, rook b8. h3, bishop f3, queen f3, knight d4, queen b7. I have knight c2 there, actually. Then he has rook d1. No, it's equal. Objectively, I should probably play like b6 here. And fianchetto. I know this position. Decided to try something different. I think your opening repertoire should be consistent, you know. If you don't know what to do against random openings by white, and you play white, you know, e4 with the white pieces, you're playing against the English a tempo down. You have to be a little bit more conservative. That's the only thing. Yeah, this is a very bad decision. Okay, you take with the queen, I take on d4, and then you don't give up that dark square bishop, you just play queen takes b7. I don't think it's even like equal. I think that white is a tiny bit better, maybe, in reality. Because I give up the bishops. But this is a double question mark. Now his structure is destroyed. Well, black has a clear advantage. There's no going back from that damage to your king side. No reason white should play that. This is just too materialistic. You're actually not even sacrificing a pawn. You're trading the d4 pawn for the b7 pawn. It's not a problem. It even gets rid of the isolated pawn for white. You're just left in a position where you have two bishops. That's a tangible advantage. That's why I don't think this is a good move by me to play bishop g4, actually. Maybe bishop f5 is a move, but other than that, it's pretty much just b6. There's something to be said for a5 as a square. Does it even matter? Versus e5. Coming to c4. No matter what. Maybe. Yes, maybe, no. Knight e5 would attack f3, but it's defended, and it gets in the way of stuff, like my bishop on the long diagonal. There's no really good place for it to go except for c4 anyway. I want to attack his king, but I'm not sure I have enough, firepower to really do any damage. I can attack the pawn on h3, but it'll just protect it with like king g2. So until I get more development, I can't really conduct a direct attack on this king. We just have to play strategically. I mean, a6 is kind of lame. My intuition was to play knight c4. I don't know why I changed my plan. I think I should go with knight c4. I'm thrown by that loss against Morales last game. Now I'm playing like feeble loser chess. I mean, a6 is probably not that bad, but this is like, don't worry about this pawn on a7. His bishop might even get trapped if he tries to take it. The point was to play knight c4, and then my rook could even invade over there. My passive nature with a6, man, just too slow. a6 is horrible. It's probably like the 4th best move in the position or something. We got to go after this game, guys. But just for kicks, I want to look and see what the oracle says about a6. I'm very critical of my own game. Feeble. That's my favorite word. It's like weak and frail and lame. a6 is an old man move. Knight c4 has energy. We're getting close to something. I just don't know what it is. I mean, obviously it could be a useful move in general. b5, b4. On the positive side, there's also a knight-knight fork here. Here. Don't look on the other side of the board. Captured, tagged, and moved 143 Diamondbacks. I thought we were talking about like a Star Trek episode for a second there. Knights need outposts. That's awesome. You inspect mines and you capture snakes and relocate them. This doesn't look healthy for white. For example, I have knight takes b2. It's not a very advanced move. It's alright. Even if f4, he can't play queen takes. Queen takes h5. Not just yet. I have some nasty little tricks here. Hopefully he'll fall for. No, you went there. That messes up all my plans. Thought you would play f4. Well, he has only one move. Queen c1. I mean, bishop c1. Bishop c1 is forced. After bishop c1, I'm probably winning anyway. I can probably win the exchange, although it's never clear. I mean, here we're just winning a piece. He's got a couple pawns, but shouldn't matter. All right. So how lame is a6? Let me see. First of all, I don't like bishop g4. It's the second best move according to the engine. a6 is the best move here. We'll have to contact Jim about that, looking into that. Okay, knight e5, an interesting move. I didn't realize it was good here. James Tarjan, pronounced Tarjan in Hungarian. But bishop g4. Played by Yasser. It's good enough for a draw only. So, after queen f3, knight d4, queen b7, it's Drawville. Welcome to Drawville. But this is funny, I didn't see this. Rook d1, queen c8. If you go a little further, you got this trick here. Queen c8. What happens if queen c8? Rook f c8. Bishop a6. For example, knight e3, fe3. Where Magnus Carlsen land. Welcome to Magnus Carlsen land. I mean, for a mere, mortal, it would be impossible to win this position for black, but maybe. But seriously, in the game, you can't do this. That's just like losing. But there was that funny moment. I gotta go, guys, and I appreciate you watching, but there was a funny moment where I played, what, knight takes b2? Is that the best move? It's hard to say the best move is. You can play bishop c1 here. That was not losing material immediately. You're only down a pawn. But there's something not right about white's pawn structure. Anyway, guys, I wanted to check a6. How bad is a6? I said it was the 4th best move. 7th best. I overestimated a6. I mean, we should just be trying to kill white here. I thought knight c4. That was my original plan. We're hoping that he takes, and then our rook can crash through over here. Variation A. But the engine kind of likes development and attack with the pieces. Queen d7, knight h5. This is old man chess. a6. According to Jim, it's the 7th. Oh, you're just making it up. Oh, I don't know. Let's see. All right, I gotta go, but I want to see now. I'm curious what it says. Is it like really literally the 4th best move? That'd be funny. Let's put up maximum 5 lines. It's in there. It's in there. Stop. Oh, come on. It's shifting. It's up to 2nd now. No. It's better than my... Yeah, it's 2nd. Actually, knight c4 isn't in the top 5. It's #1 now. That's ridiculous. It went to #1 for a minute, and now it's settled on 4. All right, it was 4. It's close. It was 4. Anyway, it was 4. You saw it at the last minute. It went to 4. Anyway, guys, that was fun. I'll see you later. Congratulations to Morales for beating me again. Self-made. Anyway, that was painful. Thanks, everybody, for watching, supporting the stream. We'll be back Sunday. It was entertaining. Entertaining, guys. Thanks, Morales. Thanks, everybody. Blobix, Acerbate, all of you guys for supporting the stream. Bear Ensign, Antonio, good game. We will be back Sunday with a simul every week. We play 6:30 CEST PM. Hey, don't forget, Blobix. Don't forget to check out Blobix's Gorilla tournaments, too. I don't know. I wish they were Panda. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, guys. No discrimination intended against the gorillas. We have a weakness for pandas here. But seriously, guys, check out my Sunday simul. We'll be on at 6:30 CEST on Sunday. 25 players. Usual rules apply. No London system. I will see you then. Bye-bye.